And I think how we're going to start the session is by saying, so we hold that form, we've got heaps of tension stored there, and then heaps of tension stored in that right glute. So then, hey, welcome to Rugby Bricks Inside Stuff. This is Chloe Dalton. Then Chloe's just going to fist pump. So if she tries to push that ball out now, like she's already got that on, good core, and then run off into the distance, and then I'm just going to give her a little intro, and then we're just into it.
I just try and think about good contact, getting through the footy.
Fist bumping you or just the camera?
Me.
Okay.
5, 6, so nice control, soft hand catch. Hey guys, welcome to Rugby Bricks Inside Stuff. This is Chloe Dalton. So Chloe's with the Australian Women's Sevens side, but also plays AFLW for Carlton. So heaps of footy action, heaps of kicking. The reason why we're doing sessions together is to keep her rugby knowledge up to date, keep her skills going. In footy, you hit the ball like that, and in rugby, you pass the ball like that. So we're just trying to get her clarity with that to get her ready to go to the next Olympics, which is pretty exciting for Chloe, which is Tokyo 2020, just around the corner with the Aussie Sevens girls. So hope you enjoy this session. It's going to be passing, drop kicking, and a whole lot of other ball skills, offloads, and just ball handling. Enjoy. The best movement ever. Lunge, twist, knee up. Yep. Lunge, twist, knee up, arabesque. Best movement you'll ever do in a warm-up.
I made it up.
You didn't make it up. This is my warm-up drill. Foot up, drop, open. Get that elbow down. Yep. That's good. I like your concentration. So we've been doing some good body training with Dalton, and the first drill is just a body one, getting your foot nice and hard. So she's just going to start off by just doing a drill, just focusing on the foot. So all it is just balanced here. Her foot's just off the ground. And if that's the contact point, we're just focusing on her leg drawing back in slow motion, getting that hold, and then just returning to the spot with a nice big hard foot. So what it's going to really train is that foot, and also hip flexor, glute, all those adductor muscles, just to do the right thing. So we're doing a set of 3 of them, a little bit more extension, nice, back in slow motion, big hard foot, and that's a really hard solid foot there. Just one more, glute on, beautiful. Just teaches us to be really solid on that plant foot as well, nice and balanced. So the next progression from that is just bringing in her rodeo arm. So Annika, if you come around the back here, you'll get a really good view of this. So same thing with the leg, but we're just trying to get this left shoulder talking as well. So we hold that form, we've got heaps of tension stored there, and then heaps of tension stored in that right glute. So then we can put that through the ball, and she just returns to home. So extension, that's what we get when we do our ball drop or off the tee. That shoulder talking to that glute, and then return home. Just one more. Beautiful dolts. Nice, and then just the next one's the same thing, so getting to that position, and then we're just letting our momentum come through the ball and just getting our little hop on our plant foot. So still store that tension with a pause, come through, getting that hop. So all it is just a momentum drill. 2 more. Nice, girl, same thing. Beautiful. Then we grab the soccer ball, have a few kicks. So the reason we use a soccer ball in our warm-up is just to get all our adductor muscles going. So every kick we take, it's quite different to a rugby ball. We'll go 2 touches. So 2-touch drill, 1, 2. Best thing about this drill is I'm so much better at it than Chloe. But it also just gets you using different parts of your foot. So with the rugby ball, quite often we just use the same foot knuckle. As soon as we get a soccer ball in there, outside of the foot action, which Chloe sucks at. Yes, girl. Nice. So we just go 2 touches for a start. We'll go a little bit closer, makes it a bit harder. 2 soft touches, 1, 2. But as you can see, Chloe's adductors, groins, getting really turned on, nice and strong. Stop kicking it to my right foot. So that was 2 touches. Now we're going to go 1 touch, which shit can get messy. Oh, yuck. Nice. But again, having to work sideways, little movements, little adjustments, rather than just your usual standing on one spot kicking drills. And then the last part of our warm-up, we just grab our rugby ball, then just get into our little stab kicks. So we'll just do a set of 10. So again, we've just got nice touches on the soccer ball. Now we just bring our rugby ball in, little kicks, nice little stabs to each other. So this is Dalton's drill, really, being a AFL player. This is her job. Straight on front kicks. Hey! Good power. 5 more. Nice hard foot. So with these, we've just done our foot training with training our foot to be hard rather than being floppy and loose. So even in this drill, you can have a nice hard foot when you're doing your stabs. So every part of that warm-up's kind of built up just to these little kicks. 2 more. Grab a sip of water, Dalton. Then we'll do some passing. But if you have got questions that come up, just keep asking them. She hasn't got the mic on. So a little bit of detail, as you can see here, here's a Barbarian Gilbert ball, so the dimple's a bit different, and then this is the ball that Chloe uses at Women's World Series, so slight bit of difference in the dimples. Which one do you want to use?
Oh, we're doing passing?
We're doing passing.
Barbarian for passing. 7 on.
Barbarian for passing?
Yeah.
Cool, I love it. So first one we're doing, the first place we're starting is just one-handed. Big thing with these, to start us off, Chloe, the big thing with these is not getting too much body hinge. As soon as we get some body hinge in motion in our passing, then in a game, we catch body hinge and then try to pass. So big strong body, but pretty still, trying to get some trust in our upper body with our passing game. So nice and high, just above belly button. Don't get too low because then we get slingy. Nice and high. So one thing I'm real big on with one arms is Chloe getting this bicep quite excited in the front of her chest and delt. A lot of people are quite lazy here and try to catch the pass up. So if she tries to push that ball out now, like she's already got that on, good core. So get your body set straight away before you've even passed, and you'll get some more power. Lefty. So again, bicep, shoulder. Bang. Getting the sweat on. So next progression is just bringing in your front thumb. So heaps of pressure through that front thumb. Same hand position, so take it there, get that front thumb involved, bit of spin. So really trying to exaggerate the spin part of the pass here. But again, tension's on both biceps, front of the shoulders, get some power. Trying not to get too much of the hinge. Still nice talk. Great pass. She's on. She's had her rest week, she's back. Front hip, back hip, so turning side on now. So now we're into our front hip passing. So starting from the front hip, that's the back hip, nice and high, not too low. Punching out. Nice and high, Dalton. Good ball. Just one thing for the camera, Annika. Trying to come film this. So one thing when you're doing these passing drills, I'm big on your chest power, but then stopping it and not over rotating. So on the pass, punching that chest as well, but stopping it. If we over rotate, our hands go. So energy stored, punch the chest as well. A little bit more power. But as you can see, I'm stopping it at this end. 2 more dots. Beautiful. Now we just go back hip, then we're moving on. Start on this side. So front hip that was, now we just go to back hip. Now we're going to want to over rotate, so that's real important to stop the chest. Pass. Great ball. Just watch that back elbow. Yeah. Just not too back there. Last one. Ball. Won't hear you if you giggle. 3 more solid ones. Oh, great ball, Breenie. I don't get any feedback from Dalton. I always say good pass, but she never says good. Nothing. Just going to do a swap over of microphones, so this will give you a good insight into the head, top 2 inches of Chloe Dalton, gold medalist, Rio Olympics. Not bad.
Why didn't you take your shirt off for today's session?
God.
Old mate has.
That's good to hear.
Chloe, do you want to ask your friend if you want
Oh, that's what you said.
Hey, what you doing?
Do you think he wants to have
He's a bit skinny.
Oh, we've got that nice and bad on there. Great. All right.
Alright, so I'm going to start with a bit of just a punt kick, working on getting under the footy and lifting it, giving it a bit of height, similar to a restart where I try and get a bit of height under it so the chaser can have some time, have a bit of hang time. So I find this one a really good warm up because it means that when I go to the drop kick, I wait on the footy and get my leg up and under it. Later.
I'll tell you, you're not breathing half as heavy as Pete was.
Oh really? I think I'm a bit fitter.
Ooh.
Oh, the old string is nice and warm after those. So for my drop kick, I've had to play around with it a little bit since I've moved across to AFL because in AFL I find I've got to kick very square, whereas my usual drop kick was a fair bit around the corner and obviously with that hitting it with the inside of the foot. So Pete and I have been playing around with the drop kick a little bit and I've made it a bit more square compared to how I used to do it. And I've just been playing around with my ball drop a little bit, just making sure that rather than letting that ball bounce and drop out, that it's coming back to me just on a slight angle, just to give me that chance to get good foot positioning and then get good contact on the footy. So let's see how we go. Stabs or height? That was a bad bounce. That one I went out to the side that I'm not trying to do. Yeah, and it bounced.
Right, next set.
Next set, we're on.
Do you want me to show you my drop kick?
Yeah, that'd be great. Do you want me to film it?
Yeah, please.
All right.
So we need soccer ball and rugby ball because we're about to go into some serious ball skills.
How would you rate your ball skills?
Ball skills are pretty good, world class.
World class.
Yep. Well, I beat you at basketball and most rugby skills we do.
After you've been at the courts for 3 hours practicing before I got there.
Sit on your butt.
It's got nothing. It's got nothing.
Sit on your butt. They didn't hear your shitty input. V-sit. One hand. Soft hand. Yeah, nice. Good. So big part of offloading or any type of ball skills is being able to catch the ball soft and then get it back as well. So Chloe's just doing a bit of body control. That's what hence the V-sit. To left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So nice control, soft hand catch. Good stretch. 3, 2, and 1. And then just 2 hand. Last set. 1, 2. 2 hands to it. Clean catch. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Chill. Good set. Now we're going to go rugby ball. Rugby ball. Same thing, one hand. So obviously now the rugby ball coming in, you're going to have to manipulate and catch the nose, catch it fat. Just making adjustments. So nice soft hands key. However it comes in soft hand, good. Same, just one hand. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, got it. 1, catch it. 2, 3, 4. Let's go, we gotta get 10. That was my fault, you're at 5. 5 to go. 1. Soft back, 2, 3, 4. Left hand, good adjustment, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Soft hand, 2 hand, clean catch, everything's clean, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, abs, 4, 3, 2, 1, nice, extra, job. Walking offloads, we'll go that way, so you're there, so we'll start with out of the back of the hand. So anytime we do an offload, I quite like to try and at least get something under the ball, so that way we can wait for a long time. Even if we're passing that way, if I can get something under the ball, I can hang it out there. So Chloe's just going to do a set walking out the back of the hand, behind the back, so we'll just walk down with her. So front, still wanted to find me straight at my chest, like find the target. So Chloe's able to fend someone with your left hand and then give me a right hand offload. Beautiful. Maybe go a few from in front, Annika. It's good. Yeah, perfect. Nice. I'll just change up my width as well. She's going to change up how hard she's passing. Good, a little bit wider, a little bit wider. Let's go behind the back, left hand. Good. Yep. Ball, find the target. Chloe's background's a baller, so she should be pretty good at this. I think right hand's your favourite side.
Yeah, I like the right hand behind the back.
Nice. 2 to go. Keep finding me. Last one. Good pass, that last one. Yo! Got some spin. Left hand, front of the hand.
Oh.
Get something under the ball. Good. Hey! Let's go find me. I'm pretty close now. Little pop. Good. Little pop. Little pop. Bit wider. Find me. Good. Push it. Ball. Here she goes behind the back. Right hand. What? 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice. Last offload drill. So Chloe just jumps down on her knees, facing the camera. She's just going to fall with the ball in her right hand, full, and then offload as she gets close to the ground. Just do 3 each side. So falling. Good. So it's just getting her in the habit of being horizontal to the ground, but staying composed with that hand. Good. Still right hand to your left though, so reach forward, pop up. Nice. Reach forward through contact. Good for your press up game too. Nice. Left hand now. 6 to go. Out the back.
Do I wait till I get there to start talking?
No, talk now.
Yeah, okay. So with my ball drop, when I used to drop it in sevens, I had both hands pretty high on the footy. And then when I came across to AFL, I kind of had both hands pretty equal, kind of one finger usually along the stitching like that, and I drop it, and then it's that square kick through. So I've just had to play around again a bit with my hand placement when I'm doing my drop kick. So I have this left one a bit lower and then the right one a bit higher. Still trying to get that ball drop pretty straight up and down, and then just angled a bit back towards me. So this one's I'm going to try and get under the footy, so I'm going to sit back and wait on it a little bit and then try and get that follow through leg with the momentum going up. Kicking into the wind this time, so let's hope it gives me a bit of hang. That is every time.
How did that go?
That one was actually pretty good. I reckon I could have waited on it a little bit more, but good contact with the foot and got a bit of hang time under there. So I reckon someone running on would have had a bit of time. That ball drop went a little bit out to the right, angled out a bit, but contact saved it. Do you ever listen to yourself talk and think you sound like a bit of a bogan? Because I think I do. I kind of started taking the piss talking like that, and now I'm not really sure. I find, yeah, with different grass, kind of depends on how much you're going to get back from the footy in terms of bouncing up off the ground, so it kind of changes a bit how much you need to weight on it. I like finding a dry patch like this one, whereas if it's a bit softer, it's obviously not going to bounce back as much, but I like with these high kicks, finding a nice dry patch of grass to give it that bit of extra hang time so I can get my foot right under it. And then I didn't even drop it on the dry bit, but that's not too bad. I gave myself a bit of width and got the footy out in front, but probably still can get a bit more hang time. Get underneath it a bit more, try and get up and under. Ball drop came in on that one, so it ended up going that way. Oh, do you want me to mention that? As a progression of the drills we did earlier, we're going to do this one where you're just going to do a little pop to yourself and then pass straight across, and rather than loading into the pocket or anything, it's just going straight from centre, trusting upper body, and usually Pete would catch it. Nice.
Slightly bigger pot.
I reckon my favourite thing about training with Pete has been having one. I'm going to start again. I reckon my favourite thing about training with Pete has been having one-on-one feedback. So every rep that I do, whether it's passing, kicking, tackling, means that there's a pretty high expectation for the standard of it, and I've got a lot out of it. So hopefully when I get back to sevens, I'll be a better passer and kicker, and just technically a lot better than what I was when I left, which would be really cool. You want to see a pair of big calves? Oh, mine are about to cramp. Woo!
So this is your halfway, the line of the camera. That big tree is your sort of target stab kick.
Yeah, cool.
Talk about your front shoulder.
Yeah. So this one I'm doing a stab kick. So say for a restart, imagining my team's out there running onto it and doesn't need a whole lot of hang time. I want to be able to time it so that they can pretty much run full speed and just catch the footy and keep going. When I'm doing the stab kick, I'm putting it out a little bit more in front of me and not giving the ball a whole lot of time to bounce back off the ground. Pretty quick contact with my foot once the ball hits the ground, and with my shoulders just keeping my chest and my shoulders a bit more turned in rather than fully opening out for that kick. Yeah, rated that. Not bad. Don't mind a stab. I think in the wind as well. Stab's a bit easier than having to let the ball hang there and kind of bounce around in the wind, so it's kind of nice to be able to get on it quickly. Not as much room for error as the kick for height. Now Pete's going to run onto a few. My big thing with my kicking, because I've done a lot of technical work with Pete on my drop kick, and I find personally if I focus on too many different things at once that I get my technique ends up going out the window. So my big thing is that when I'm practicing specific techniques, to focus on them, and then when I kick, I just try and think about good contact, getting through the footy. Oh, what a take. I quite like having someone run on as well. Just nice and realistic, and I think there's a bit more room for error as well, because they can obviously adjust their run a little bit rather than necessarily having to hit a specific target every single time. Oh! That was on the money. Peter Breen, knock on. I actually used to go and watch my brothers play when I was young down at Rat Park at Warringah back in Sydney, and I used to go on at half time and put the ball on a makeshift tee, no rugby brick standard, but just on a dodgy little tee, try and be a hero, kick it from the sideline. And people used to say to me that I should play rugby, and I thought that girls didn't play rugby. So it wasn't until I was about 19 that I started playing, and then I was up at Noosa playing my first tournament for Australia and just had a bit of a muck around with some of the girls, had a drop kick and then ended up kicking in that tournament and drop kicked ever since.
I need the mic back.
Nice.
Some extra chat. Here to do a skills session.
Good chat though.
So we're just going to finish off with a passing drill. Pick this one up from Aaron Smith. So it's actually a halfback drill, but for us with passing, it teaches us to detach the lower half from the upper half, which you'll see right now. Kicking in the wind, just do a couple and get out of there. You can waste a lot of time kicking in the wind for pointlessly, so it's my advice. Would that be your advice?
Yeah, I would agree. You get too frustrated.
Yeah, still kick, but just get in and get out. So looks like a halfback drill because it is a halfback drill. So ball in front of your front knee. This backhand's going straight into that fat passing position. Front hand, again, that front thumb pressure. I'm really big on having pressure through the ball. Fingertips, space between your palm and the ball, just fingertips. And we're just looking to shift forward into our upper body. So how it looks, down, hands are set from the ground, straight out. So no pickup, no recoil, just straight off the deck. Cool. So we always just finish with a set of 20 of these, momentum forward, thinking about staying in the train tracks, so everything's staying in here, we're not around or getting outside the train tracks, we're down inside, straight through. So it's almost that sliding off the grass feel, so it's just coming straight out of there. There you go. Good follow through. I'm big on doing a set of these as hard as possible, so we're into our last 5 now, and I really wanted to get aggressive, big strong bicep, really pass the ball as hard as possible, sort of about that 110%, and then we can always dial it back to 100. Last one. So when she does an imaginary pass, a lot of people, just get your hands out as if you just passed, a lot of people sort of check out of the pass about here. So you see that little bend, shoulders aren't engaged, just check out because the ball's gone. We can get so much more power by really winning the last 6 inches. So just with this set, I just want to see on the camera you winning the last 6 inches of the pass. Really punch your hands. Good. You can create so much more power. Good. Hope you guys enjoyed that session with Chloe Dalton of Rugby Bricks Inside Stuff. Heaps of detail, and that's what we're all about.
Yep.